All right, here we go. This is going to be a look at Michael Lubrano, Ice Truck Killer from the New Jersey Sting. This guy's pretty interesting. You know, he's probably one of the bigger fan favorites in all of TCAP. You know, he's a nice, mellow, down-to-earth guy on the surface. You know, he's young. His chat isn't overly sexual. Some people are willing to give him a little bit of a break. Probably the biggest amount of a break that any Predator gets from the TCAP community is Michael Lubrano. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I mean, you could definitely, I don't know, you can definitely kind of see that, hey, he's not as bad. He for sure, definitely not as bad as some of the other guys that showed up on this show. I read his chat. I've read his entire chat. Look at this fucking guy, first of all. But fine. He looks like a dickhead, but he's fine. Pretty much. Other than that, his chat log is not very what's it called? It's not very bad actually, considering, you know, down here on the bottom they have an average sliminess score that I guess people have voted on. 10,000 people have voted on, or not 10,000. Jesus Christ, 1,000. People have voted on, and it has an average score of 1.53. I mean, I think that's the lowest of any of these chat logs, by the way. So you can kind of see, but then at the same time, you can see that, hey, he's actually, maybe he's just keeping it tame because he knows that it's a 14-year-old girl. That's what I think. I think he kept the sexual talk down because he knew that it was a 14-year-old girl. He didn't want to get in trouble if someone were to read it. So that's what I think it was, because apparently they called this motherfucker, and he said a lot more sexual things on the phone. So that's one thing. But yeah, Lubrano is a guy that, you know, a lot of people like to cut him some slack. So let's get into it here. Let's just get into it.
Oh, this is Ice Truck Killer. Ice Truck Killer. 10, 4-door.
Our next visitor also talked about bringing marijuana. He's 25-year-old Michael Lubrano, here for a date with a girl he thinks is 14.
How are you?
Good. Good.
Good, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Online.
So that's a bit awkward right there from Casey, the decoy right there. She says, she's the first one that says, hey, how are you? And he says, good, how are you? And then she says, good, how are you? It's very awkward right there, but it's a very subtle thing that you have to pick up on. Listen to it again. I actually have to turn my volume up a little bit, too.
Teen.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Online calling him.
Oh, that's funny. You know, I've done that a few times. It's like, oh, shit. Thanks. You know, one time I was when I started my new job, or my, you know, when it was new at the time, the first time I talked to somebody on the phone, I guess I was like really nervous. I'm really nervous. So I was like, so they asked me, I did the same thing as Casey did right there. I think it's just really a nervous thing, and that's really interesting. Yeah, look at this guy. I mean, he looks like a fucking dickhead. For sure he looks like a dickhead. I don't think anyone's debating that he looks like a dickhead, because he does. I mentioned, of course, up here, he also looks like a dickhead. Yeah, it's just, he's just really mid-2000s to a T, you know, he's 25 at this point, and, you know, he's yeah, he's pulling it off really, really well. Jesus Christ. And he's also, one thing I want to say, it's really obnoxious. He's wearing a Red Sox shirt here. But he lives in New Jersey, West Milford, New Jersey, which I looked it up is pretty close to New York. So what the fuck, dude? Like, you're such a front runner. And he's a Patriots fan also. What a dickhead. Yeah, this guy's a fucking front runner, man. Come on, dude. '07, Red Sox and Patriots, probably the two best teams in their respective leagues at that point. Come on, dude. Like, you can't even like be cool for a little bit. Like, come on, dude.
Himself Ice Truck Killer 103. He talks about hardcore sex with the decoy before she gives her age. After she says she's 14, he doesn't get too specific about sex. Instead, he leaves the subject open.
Get high and watch Family Guy? Then see where that takes us.
Cool. I kind of like making out when I smoke up, though.
Oh man, this is so much wrong with this little exchange of dialogue here.
Then see where that takes us.
Get high. First of all, get high. Watch Family Guy. Oh man, you know, I guess in 2007, that was actually something that you would want to do. I know that I don't watch Family Guy anymore, but I know that when I did, I loved the ones from like 2007 and earlier. Those are my favorites. So I guess it kind of makes sense, like, hey, we're going to get high and watch Family Guy and just crack up all night. I kind of understand that, but this line from
Cool.
the decoy right here, cool.
I kind of like making out when I smoke up, though.
I kind of like making out when I smoke up, though. Jesus Christ. If that's not a setup line, I don't know what the hell it is. Like, no one would say that. Like, oh, yeah, okay, see where that takes us. Okay. I kind of like making out when I smoke, though. Like, shut up.
You got anything on your mind?
You too?
Who doesn't?
But later, Ice Truck Killer 103 gets more specific about sex during a phone call. The decoy asks him if he was serious about the hardcore sex, and he says, "We'll see what happens," and then says,
We'll see what happens. That's what Anthony Palumbo said. We'll see what happens.
"I'm definitely interested. What about you?"
You want some brownies? I made some.
Did you dose him?
Did you dose
What?
him?
Did you dose him?
Did you dose him?
No.
I mean, I'm not making fun of him, of course, because he has the lisp, but it's just funny. Did you dose him? Like, it's funny. I can't not laugh at that, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I mean, just looking at this guy's appearance, I think that the beard is a little bit odd. I don't really like that style of beard, you know, where it's like just underneath your, just under the chin, and that's basically it, you know? Where it just goes down the chin. It's kind of odd to me, but yeah, I mean, he's not a bad-looking guy by any means. So, you know, if he probably would have. I mean, the lisp. Holy hell, might. As I say lisp, I'm the one that stutters. That's pretty funny, right? As you know, the lisp probably makes it harder for him to probably attract girls, but at the same time, he's not bad looking, and if you're not, you know, at 25, maybe the girls aren't as superficial as they were when you were 21, for instance. So maybe they would maybe come around a little bit more, but you know, I don't know. It's interesting, you know. I don't think he doesn't come off as a guy who should have trouble picking up, you know, legal age girls. And you know, I mean, for some of them, obviously you can definitely fucking see why they're going after the underage girls. You know, you got guys like Alan Cherney, Bald Beaver Hunter, all the fat slobs like that. I mean, you definitely can understand why. But this guy, I don't know. I don't think he should have had much trouble.
They're really good. I had them before. Did you bring the smoke?
Did you bring the
I
smoke?
just roll it up wherever.
Yeah. Let's check it out.
Let's check it out.
He wants the decoy to smell the marijuana he brought.
Look at that fucking stem.
Smell
What the
the
fuck is
marijuana
that?
he brought.
Look at that. What the fuck? See, I'm not even big that much. I don't smoke weed. I get asked that all the time though, you know. Oh, how high do you have to be to be this insane while doing these videos? I'm just naturally like this, guys. I swear to God. It's but like, even I know that is a pathetic fucking stem. Like, it's not. Like, I just like, I'm really confused because you're not supposed to have like the stem on there, correct? It doesn't look right. It doesn't look right. Like, maybe someone can help me out. I don't know what the fuck I'm really talking about, so feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But why the hell is there like a stem on it? I've never seen one with a stem on it. Like, that is absolutely ridiculous to me. Like, where did he get that? Is he growing it himself and he just did a half-assed job doing it? I don't know, but that's really bad. That's really bad. And then later he's gonna claim that this was he knew what this was, and that's why he pulled. So that's why he pulled out the weed, right? That's why he did that. Oh man, you know it's not as great too. The girl Emily, the decoy, said to David Shoemaker in the Shoemaker, whatever the fuck you want to call him, said to in the Fort Myers thing. Excuse me. Said, did you bring the green? Oh, that's fucking great. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, Casey should have said that. You know, it would have been. She said, "Oh, did you bring the smoke?" Like, I've never heard of that slang either. Oh, did you bring the smoke? I never heard of that either. But okay, that's interesting. Maybe it's a mid-2000s thing. I don't know.
It smells good.
It smells good. She barely even doesn't even move when she puts it up to her face. She barely even moves. It's really interesting.
It smells good. Alright, I'm just gonna go get some.
And you know Casey. Casey's nowadays is living in California, on the beach, surfer. I have a feeling that she dabbles in the world of hashish, so of that herb, and so she probably knows what good marijuana is and looks like and smells like and shit. And probably looking back on it, she's like, man, that guy just handed me put up a stem to my face, and I was like, wow. Because that's the extent of her interviews, right? She's just like, I really thought he was just gonna squeeze the guts out of me, you know?
Something to drink while you finish that up, okay? You want something?
It seems something about that line gets this man thinking.
I'll grab
Perhaps
some
he's
water.
heard it before.
Oh no.
I want you to just keep your hands right where I can see them, okay? And I want you to sit right down there. No, keep your hands.
Man, imagine that. You're somebody who knows TCAP. He's seen the show. He's a guy who, you know, he claims that he watches them on the internet, you know, kind of like what we're doing right now. He seems to know all their tactics, you know, going to disappear to go get something in the back and someone pops out. Imagine that. He must have had like a mini heart attack at that point when he walks out. Like,
I want you to just keep your hands right where I
like
can
right
see
there. Oh shit, Lubrano. Oh man.
And I want you to sit right down there.
Oh,
no,
my
keep your hands.
God.
Keep your hands
Can't
right
believe
where
it.
I can see them.
And it's really funny. Chris Hansen is like freaking out. Keep your hands where I can see them. This guy's got weed, you know? I can't fucking... Who knows what he might have, you fucking degenerate scumbag. You should be stoned to death, you know? Like, Jesus Christ. Like, is he like, oh man, keep your hands where I can see them because you brought the weed. You need to keep your hands where I can see them. I don't want you pulling out any guns. I bet you if you pulled out a little bit of cocaine. Chris Hansen would have been like, huh, that's interesting. Let me have some. Oh, man. All right, let's continue.
What is this right here?
Some pot.
Some pot.
Some pot.
And what was your plan tonight?
Want to come down, you know, talk to her.
Talk
It's funny. It's interesting. He should have taken off, really. He should have just booked it. And it's really funny, too. Because he's a young guy, right? He's a young predator. You know, people seem to feel a little bit more sympathy for the young predators, right? If he would have pulled a Vincent Ambrosio and just broke down... you know, my life's a mess. I wasn't gonna do anything. I'm a fuck up. If he would have done something like that, they wouldn't have aired this footage, probably. You know, if he would have said, "I just want to die," oh God, you know. But instead, you know, that's the route I would go down because I mean, I would never ever end up in this situation. But I'm 22, so. You know, maybe if I put on the waterworks a little bit, you know, pulled a Richard Brawl, pulled a Vincent Ambrosio, they wouldn't have aired my segment. Possible, but then then somebody will find it and upload it to YouTube, and it would get like millions of views. So I don't know actually, but yeah, at least in the moment. I mean, this is pre, you know, YouTube, really. I mean, 2007, YouTube was still a thing, but it's not what it is today, of course. I would have went down the breakdown route, you know? I don't know, though.
You're Chris Hansen?
I am. Have you seen the show? You have seen it.
I thought you were real funny on Opie and Anthony.
Oh, you listened to me on Opie and Anthony.
Chris Hansen puts the chat log down on the bar. He puts his hand in his pocket. Oh, you saw me on Opie and Anthony. Look at how excited he is. He's like, oh, you've seen the show. And then right when he gets name dropped, Opie and Anthony, he gets excited.
Oh, you listened to me on Opie and Anthony.
Real subtle by Chris Hansen. He puts the fucking thing on. He's like, oh, well, we can talk about that if you want instead.
Can I honestly tell you something?
Yeah.
I almost think in the back of my mind that I almost wanted this to happen.
Really?
What an idiot.
My life's just going lately.
And then he pulls somewhat of the Vincent Ambrosia, just missing the tears. But yeah, what a fucking idiot. He's like, oh, in the back of my mind, I kind of wanted this to happen. Like, oh man, of course you did. I'm sure you did. Just to make things more exciting. I was just like, let me get arrested and become a registered sex offender for the rest of my life. Let me do that. That's fun. When I'm bored, that's what I like to do too.
Well, tell me.
Like, look what I did. Driving around all hours of the night.
What are you doing?
I'm in the waste management business. I'm a dispatcher for roll-off guys.
And is it a pretty good job?
It was.
Fucking brownies.
What's so funny about the brownies?
Right when I started brownies, I knew.
Yeah,
You knew what?
I'm sure. What an idiot, man. That's why, again, I said it before, but that's why he pulled out the fucking weed, right? Ah, Jesus. He was so natural. In a natural state. When the brownies were there, and he didn't think twice about it. He's full of shit, I think.
I knew I was going to be running into
I knew I was going to be
I
running
think this is
into
the first
Joe.
time we've had brownies.
And it's the first time we've had brownies, because Hansen says, I think it's the first time we've had the brownies, and it's right. He is right. You can't remember anything else. You can't remember anything else about the show. He just gives the same generic answers over and over again. But he remembers that, hey, this is the first time we got the brownies.
You knew what?
I knew I was going to be running into you.
I think this is the first time we've had brownies.
I'm kind of chuckling about it just because, I shouldn't.
So you think it's funny?
No, I don't think it's funny.
I think it's funny.
It's funny how dumb I'm really turning in.
And he's very self-deprecating. I do appreciate that. It's funny how dumb I'm turning into. He's very self-deprecating. He does it another time. He does it a little bit more, a little bit later on too. It's pretty interesting. He's very self-deprecating. I appreciate that. That's my type of humor.
Too.
This girl you were chatting with online is how old?
She said 14.
14.
Yeah.
And you are how old?
I am 25.
You're 25.
Yeah.
And so you thought that was okay to have this kind of a chat with her. Why?
Well, I don't know. Because I can't get a girl.
Why can't you get a girl? I mean, there's got to be girls your age out there.
Yeah, there's girls my age, but I have no self-confidence, so.
Now,
I understand that, but in his chat log here, claims broke up. Where does he bring it up? Do you got a girlfriend? I got dumped a few weeks ago. So either he was lying right there, or he's just like, oh man, it's been a couple of weeks since I had a girlfriend. I can't get a girl. I don't know, but he claims right here that he got dumped. So I don't know if he's lying or not, but I would lean towards that he's lying right here in this line of dialogue right here. I would say that he's lying. And by the way, this chat is all one day. It's like they met at 3:28 or whatever. They started the chat at 3:28. And at 6 o'clock, he's on his way. So very quick mover also, which is kind of interesting too, because it's like, he's probably just looking. He pulled a Chris Weaver. Kevin Smith said, I was just horny and whoa. But yeah, and he was just looking for a fuck. I don't know really what the hell was going through his head, but it's a bit interesting though that it's a very short, quick chat log. I don't know. It's interesting though. I don't know.
now you seem nervous about coming over, saying you're going to have to sneak in. What were you so nervous about?
Running into you, but I guess it doesn't.
Well, that doesn't seem
I
that
guess
was much of
sneaking
a
in wasn't
that doesn't seem like it was much of a deterrent tonight. Now was it? How many times have you seen the show?
I'm a religious watcher.
A religious watcher.
Well, I watch it whenever I can.
So that's interesting right there. It's one of the big unsolved mysteries in TCAP. What the hell does he actually say right there? Does he say I'm a religious watcher, or does he say I'm not a religious watcher? And Christmas hears him. I think I've done my research on this. I jacked the audio level up so much that I could hear it pretty clearly. I believe he says I'm not 100%. I'm still not 100% though. He says I'm not N-O-T, not a religious watcher. And everyone mishears this quote. You really have to pay attention and hear
Tonight.
it.
Now was it?
I gotta jack it up a little bit. I don't think this will jack it up on your end, but I gotta jack it up on my end because I want to just double check. I want to see one more time.
How many times have you seen the show?
I'm a religious watcher.
A religious watcher.
I think I don't know. It sounds different every time I hear it. There are some times where I guarantee that I hear I'm not a religious watcher, but when I did it right there, it sounds like he says I'm a religious watcher. It's very subtle. I gotta watch it one more time, guys. Give me one moment. I know that this isn't really interesting, but it's a great unsolved mystery in TCAP. I think he says I'm not. It's real subtle. I'm not a religious watcher.
How many times have you seen the show?
I'm a religious watcher.
A religious.
I don't know. I don't know. It's very interesting. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. Because I think because Chris Hansen says a religious watcher, and then he says, "Well, I try to watch it whenever I can." I don't think he's. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of my mind.
Watcher.
Well, I watch it whenever I can. Sometimes I go and, hunt out clips on the internet.
So you watch it on the internet too?
I watch it any when I can. I love it when they play the clips on all radio shows.
Did you ever imagine that you...
So what an idiot. He knows about the show. Apparently he watches it any way that he can and he still shows up. That's ridiculous, man. It's like it's not much of a deterrent. The whole point of these shows was to catch people, but also to deter people from doing it. And this guy's just like, nah, it's fine. I wonder who his favorite predator was. I wonder what his favorite sting, his favorite predator was. I'd love to have a chat with you, Michael Lubrano, if you're watching this. I don't know why you would be. But, yeah, I'd love to have a chat with you about your TCAP watching habits. Who do you think he looks like as a predator? I think he's a guy who probably gets a good kick at the usual guys. I can't say Palumbo because Palumbo wasn't a fucking thing yet, but the guy who gets the naked guys, the fucking guy Michael Willis, generic white male, of course, probably gets a lot of satisfaction from those guys, just like most people do. Yeah, it's interesting. Imagine he ranks all the predators. Where would he put himself? He's like, man, the New Jersey thing. Ugh. Okay, well, Palumbo, he's definitely, S tier. Thomas Shitten, he's probably like A tier. And, Michael Lubrano, oh, that's me. Oh, shit. It's like a big debate. Oh, man. Yeah, how the hell are we already 24 minutes into this? I gotta pick up the pace.
Be featured on one of our shows?
Is there a hidden camera somewhere?
Oh, yeah.
It's really subtle. Yes. Oh, is there a hidden camera somewhere? And boom, it goes to one of the hidden camera shots. That's some subtle cinematography by whoever was doing the editing for this. They're like, that's giving me an opportunity to put my cinema degree onto good use right here. We cut to a hidden camera one as he's saying that. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
This religious to catch a predator fan keeps open the possibility that he might have had sex with a young teen.
What do you think would have happened if I wasn't here and you were alone with a 14-year-old girl?
I couldn't tell you. I might, you know.
You might
A guy like me, I might, you know, who knows what I would do.
think you'd have sex with him?
Probably not, because any other time I try to have sex with a girl, I'll just...
So can you be...
That's pretty interesting. What does that mean? Every other time I try to have sex with a girl, it all goes to shit. What does that mean? Does that mean like every time he's tried having sex, he just couldn't get it up? Is that what that means? I don't know what that means. I wish, backstory, Lubrano, we need it. And also, that makes me think again that he's fucking lying right here when he says, no, we broke up. Right here, I got dumped a few weeks ago. That makes me think that he's lying. Although he claims too much work, not enough play. Maybe it was not because of your work at all, but it was because of, what's the fuck's it called? Because you couldn't get your dick up, that's what I was looking for. And it's really interesting, too. He goes from, Knicks might make the playoffs. Shit. And this guy's also like, whoa, this guy's like, you want to try the pee thing, Ben? He's like, he brings up wanting to, he doesn't bring it up here in the chat log, but I guess somewhere else, like in the chat room, he mentions, hey, I want to get pissed on, which is interesting. But he goes, Knicks might make the playoffs. This is a very dated reference, you can tell right here. 2007, Knicks might make the playoffs. Yeah, they haven't made the playoffs in quite a while. Yeah. But it says, I'd be game for the weekend, and then she'd still be mad at me, just want to go home and sleep. Yeah, I agree with that. That's all I want to do.
Condoms in case. Sure. Never leave home without them, right? So you did bring condoms.
Well, they're always in my car.
They're always in your car.
Yeah. I'm always prepared for nothing.
Again, another nice self-deprecating fucking one right there from Lubrano. That's pretty great right there. Always prepared for nothing.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're expecting nothing tonight. What do you think should happen?
I don't know what to tell you, Chris.
I mean, obviously you know who I am. You know what show this is. And you know what happens next, right?
Whoops.
This is the part where the cameras come out. And for those who don't know who I am, who walk in here, I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. If there's anything else you want to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
I want you to take that with you, though, since it's an illegal substance, right?
So he reaches into his pocket, gets out his bag, and puts the marijuana away.
Couch outside.
Since he already suspects what's waiting for him outside, he takes his time getting ready to leave.
It's going to be a long night. Yep, is that it?
That's it.
All right. Down?
It's funny. Chris Hansen kind of like says, yeah, I'll give you a pound. That's pretty cool right there. But it's like Chris Hansen's like kind of excited. He got his ego boosted a little bit. So he's like, fine, I'll grant your request. He's usually very mad and upset, but he's like, this guy, name dropped me a couple times. He knows who I am. He's like a fan of the show. I listened to me on Opie and Anthony. Fucking pound, fine. And then he walks out and he gets arrested.
Just as the man figured, the police are waiting outside.
Police, stop!
Yeah, and again, very inconsistent here in New Jersey. I say this all the time when I do one of these New Jersey Predators. Sometimes they tackle the guy and then they have a nice calm arrest. Like, I don't get, very inconsistent here. They tackle some guys and they have this complete contrast. Fucking quick, quiet arrest. No hassle or anything. I don't know why. That's it. That's Michael Lubrano, the ice truck killer, the Champagne Predator, the fucking brownies Predator. Somehow this is 30 minutes long. Oh man, that's fucking great. Somehow this is 30 minutes long. Oh man, I hope you guys enjoyed. That'll do it. Until next time, see you guys later.